Is Brian Gutiérrez leaving Chivas? And we don't know about it? Or is someone else going to leave? There's been a lot of suspicion about this topic, and we're going to talk about it next because of the players who have arrived to strengthen Guadalajara for the upcoming tournament. What do you all think? Will they keep all that firepower up front, or will there be a departure we haven't heard about? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Jesus Bernal, and I thank all of you for your attention. Thank you so much for being here with me to talk about the latest regarding the Chivas team. We still have these beauties. 2 Chivabonos. Is one of you going to take it? You just have to go to my Instagram, look for the pinned comment, and there I explain how you can get it. So without further ado, let's start this video with the latest news about the Chivas. Jordan Carrillo, Kevin Castañeda, Efraín Álvarez, Piojo Alvarado, and Brian Gutiérrez. Could it be that there's something we're not seeing? Is there a player who could leave the club? Or did Gabby Melito just notice some shortcomings and decide to bring in 2 blockbuster signings for the next tournament? It's a strange situation, isn't it? Look, I understand that Brian Gutiérrez usually competes with Omar Gobea in that double pivot, or with Oso Gonzalez, right? They're basically his direct rivals. Well, Jordan Carrillo could start from there, he could play further up. Kevin Castañeda could start from there, he could play further up. I understand that both Jordan and Kevin are players whose best quality is in the final third. Brian too. And Melito ends up turning him into that. You know where I'm going with this? Maybe there's something we're not seeing or something we haven't realized that made Chivas decide to bring in these players. 2 players. Right? Could it be that Brian's departure is actually in the works? Is it just a precaution? Because, I don't think Piojo or Efra Alvarez are going to leave, or Santi Sandoval, who also competes and fights for that spot. Or is it simply that Melito is just asking for a super strong squad to be able to compete in what's coming, which is the League and Leagues Cup, and then the following half of the season in the CONCACAF Champions League? I think there are a lot of questions, and we're not going to clear them up until the World Cup is over. Let's see if any offers come in for Brian Gutiérrez. I think it's too soon for him to leave Chivas, though joining just last season clearly isn't an obstacle. But I think Guadalajara must have a hefty clause in his contract. They paid close to $4 million for him. I don't think they're willing to sell him for less than 8 or 10, considering they made a good investment for this player. But there's still something that doesn't add up for me, right? The signings they made with what they had. Either Chivas is going to have a super squad, or maybe the departure, especially of Brian Gutiérrez, with the exposure from the World Cup, is in the works, and we just haven't realized it yet. What do you think? Yesterday, there was a lot of criticism for that guy, Arangel, because of a hesitation, and I would say in quotes that he had on that long ball where he came out, right? He seemed to want to keep the ball, but changed his mind, slapped it away, and it went off to the side of the box. Other than that, I thought he did well. It's not like South Africa really challenged him much either. But let me tell you, for me it's hesitation in quotes because, 1, if Tala hadn't gone for that ball, the South African forward would have been left alone inside the box. Either way, he solved the play because, in the end, he read the South African forward's control. And yes, it looked like he had a chance to keep the ball, but when he saw he couldn't, he slapped it away and cleared the ball, which was the important thing, right? That's why I say hesitation in quotes, I'd say, right? In quotes. Other than that, he just had 2 balls he had to bring down, and I think that was all the work he had during the whole match. His footwork is spectacular. People who don't know him get scared because they feel like he takes unnecessary risks. But that's the big advantage of Arangel. Just watch. I mean, what he always does is hold on to the ball and draw in a defender. The moment you draw in a defender, you'll always have a teammate open because you pulled a player from the other team. That's why playing out from the back is usually so clean. It's not unnecessary risk. It's a skill that this guy, Arangel, has, being able to draw the opponent in when he has the ball at his feet. And the Mexican national team is taking advantage of it, so for me, his debut was good. If they're upset Memo Ochoa didn't play and want to criticize him, that's it. That's their problem. Yesterday, I got to be at the Korea versus Czech Republic match. At Estadio Guadalajara, the atmosphere was honestly amazing. Really great. There were quite a few Koreans, but the majority were from the Czech Republic. There was only a small group behind the goal that Korea defended in the first half, actually. The Czech Republic defended the goal in the first half, Korea in the second. That was the only group there, and the rest were Mexicans, right? After seeing Korea, yes, they'd already played Mexico, but on this World Cup run, it'll be a tough match. Obviously, they had most of the possession in yesterday's match, 68%. They had 15 shots. They went down due to a lapse in concentration, which Mexico can exploit. They're not good at set pieces. Czechia scored on them twice from set pieces. One was disallowed for offside, and the other came from a throw-in, a catapult they launched into the box. So there's a weakness there that Mexico can take advantage of. With everything else, we have to be very alert. It's a team that moves the ball really well, that finds space, that yesterday was slicing through the Czechs with through balls. And that also makes the field feel small for you. Right away, they play the ball forward and Meunier pushes the whole team to make it tight and compact. It's an advantage, right? They make the field seem small. The disadvantage for them is that there's a lot of space behind. There's Quiñones, Alvarado. They can take advantage of it pretty well. This was a bit of what I saw from Korea yesterday. What does the World Cup schedule say for today? Well, right now the Canada versus Bosnia match has already started, and it's not that exciting, but well, those of us who like soccer will be watching Canada versus Bosnia at 1 in the afternoon. And at 7 in the evening, there's the United States versus Paraguay. Those are the two matches scheduled for today. So we'll have to keep an eye on both. Well, we'll see what these two matchups bring us. Careful, we can't lose sight of Canada's group, because if Mexico ends up in second place in their group, they'll face the second place from that group. And it's very likely to be Bosnia or Canada. So keep an eye on Group B. The owner of Chivas, Amaury Vergara, sent out a powerful, strong message yesterday. He was very excited after receiving the World Cup at home. And this is what he said: "Today's a day I will remember forever. After years of hard work, dreams, and effort from so many people, our stadium opens its doors to the world to host the greatest football celebration. I am filled with pride to see how Guadalajara and our home become the meeting point for thousands of fans from all corners of the world. Thank you to everyone who made this moment possible. Today, a story begins that will remain forever in our stadium and in our hearts. Being hosts means sharing the best of who we are. Welcome to the best stadium in Mexico and one of the best in the world. Without a doubt, Estadio Guadalajara." And the Chivas team is already very, very close, just about to return to training. Next Monday, they will be returning for physical and medical tests. Of course, there's the curiosity to see Jordan Carrillo there, and also to see Kevin Castaneda there. I think it will be very interesting to have these players up close and see them for the first time already wearing the Chivas jersey. So of course, we'll also be keeping an eye on the arrival of these players to their new home, which is Chivas. And well, let's see how it goes for them in this new adventure they'll have with the Guadalajara squad. All right, we'll wrap up this video here. Thank you very much for your attention. Keep subscribing, commenting, sharing, and liking, and I'll see you next time. I'm Jesus Bernal. Goodbye.